Reda is selling an amazing helmet and other items that are worth the opal, plus that Isu armor is out now, but one item set is missing. So there's really a ton to go over. I will leave the timestamps in the video bar so you can quickly go to the Isu armor if you want. Although again, Reda's items are worth the look too. So a like on the video would really help me out, and let's go. There is still time to enter my Season Pass giveaway for Valhalla. You can enter via the link in the pinned comment, and be sure you are a subscriber of the channel before you enter. And I hope we get some new Siege of Paris DLC info soon during the Ubisoft Forward stream on June 12th. I will of course let you know once we know more. In the daily selection we got the Half Weru armor, which is not worth it, because it's of course a reskin of the Gallo Glog armor set, which you can very easily see in the transmog system here. So yeah, skip it. For the weekly we got the back tattoo of the Tyrannus pack, which looks fine, but completely new, like for the first time at Reda, is the light shield from that same armor set. It's 120 opal, and I think it looks awesome because of the thunder eyes and the cool yellow look. The stun after a block perk is not really good, so you will only be buying it for the look. So I would do it if you rock these light shields often. And you can of course also transmog the look over another light shield and use two of them at the same time. I really like it. Just like the Phoenix bird, which was actually in the daily selection a few days ago. But if you missed it, you now got a week to think about it. 150 opal. It's from the Hell's Damnation set. And I totally think it's one of the cooler bird skins in the game. But yeah, if you are low on opal, it's really going to be a pick and choose. Because I could make a case for the mystical pants as well. Not because of the look, but because with two items from this set, you already have the pretty nice perk where after 10 hits, you spawn an extra poison cloud. So if you like to focus on the poison effect, then just wearing two pieces of this armor set is actually really great. So I think it's worth it for that. Although, it's again of course up to you. But the highlight of this week is by far the helmet from the Knights of the Round Table pack. We had the hands before and now the helmet, which I think is the best part of the whole armor set. One of my favorite headpieces in the game, but only the full armor set perk is good. It's actually really good. It decreases the damage of the next 3 hits by 50%. But yeah, then you have to save up opal for these items when they appear, which will of course happen at one point. But yeah, even if you don't plan to save up for the full set, just getting the helm for the look is already worth it in my opinion. And maybe you by the way see 5 pieces in the weekly selection again. Well, that's because the final one is a Berserker piece. So it seems to be an issue with Reda if you already have the Berserker items. I think that is what's going on. So I really hope they fix that, just like the fact that I'm missing out on dailies, like they don't show up every time, which kinda sucks for our opal game. Luckily we still have the Connect challenges, and the community challenge is already completed. So just recruit one Yams Viking if you haven't already for the 10 extra opal, and the other solo challenges are of course easy to complete too. If you want to complete the weapon challenge fast, of course go to the snake spot over here near Gloucester. Save before you do this tactic, kill the snakes, and then of course reload the save you just made after killing all the snakes to do it again and get the 50 kills in no time. Now let's look at the Isu items, and I don't want to spend too much time on the mount because I still think it's unacceptable that they are asking money for a recolor of a mount they also sold in Origins. Like, that should not be the standard. And the bird is just whatever, I'm not a real big fan. So we also have new settlement and naval items, which I will go more in depth on in a second. But those very cool Isu tattoos that already got leaked are not available yet. Maybe they show up later, like last week out of nowhere we had the Tyrannus pack settlement items. So maybe they are saving them. But yeah, those tattoos will be the first that are worth getting at Reda. I will keep you posted. So for the armor set, we already kind of went over the look in a previous video. I really dig it, more so actually than the Isu armor from Origins that we then later saw in Odyssey of course. It's more BV. And it has wings this time around. And good to note is that you do need the full armor set for that, because here I unequip the gloves and do a finisher on an enemy and I do not get the wings. So yeah, it will be a long time before all these items appear at Reda so we can get the wings, but this also means that if you do not like the wings, you just have to unequip one item of the Isu armor set and then they will not appear. Sure, you will not get the full armor set bonus, but you're not missing out anyways. Like, on paper, it should be really good, having assassination damage and headshot damage when undetected, so when playing stealth. But yeah, headshot damage is not really noticeable, and when you just use the charge shot, you kill every enemy in one hit anyways. Same goes for the hidden blade, of course. And if you, by the way, then do get caught and go into combat, you get extra attack and stun from this armor set, which again is just not really impactful. Well, you especially wear it for the look, and it would be awesome to get the hood at Reda as well. I think it looks great. And of course those wings that I actually quite like. You can, by the way, also transmog other gear, including legacy outfits, over this full set, and then still get the wings with other gear. It looks pretty good. They again trigger on a finisher, so after doing a full light or heavy attack combo, or switching it up a bit. They also trigger on an assassination, and especially if you jump from a high spot, it looks pretty awesome. And yes, if you like the photo modes, they do stay on as well when triggering the photo mode, so you can make some fun pictures with that. And with the helm from the Knight of the Round Table pack already at Reda 4 weeks after launch, we should expect these items like in a month time or so will be worth getting some of them, especially the sword. Like, there is also a shield which just looks fine, and it gives you extra assassination damage when you equip it, so you don't have to block first. But yeah, again, for stealth play, assassination damage is not really needed, but it should also count towards the Sword of Eden, the new weapon that has this insane blast that you charge up. I don't really see a difference though in damage or effect when equipping the shield versus only using the sword. So I would overall say that the shield is kind of useless, and that it's better to just use the sword. And I really hope they stop adding those shields. Like, there are so many weapon combos you can think of. Why are they only adding shields? Either way, this Sword of Eden, yes, that's really the name, is pretty sick. You charge the perk up after kills, and then release those charges after 3 kills on the next finisher you do. So you first have to kill weaker enemies. Killing your mount, by the way, counts as a kill for this stack too. Or killing civilians can also be used to your advantage. Of course, do not kill too many of them, because then you will desynchronize. You will see how many stacks you got thanks to the perk above your health, and once it's full, it will stay there for a long time, so you can like save it up for the next fight. And then on the next finisher, you do this blast that deals damage to enemies in the area and decreases their stun bar. It's pretty good. Like, the damage will totally surprise you, but you of course need the 3 kills, so it's not like really OP or anything. Like, the gay bollock from the Druids DLC is way better. Which, by the way, good. Like, I don't want Helix items to be super OP. The Sword of Eden is also not really great against bosses. Like, I did save up the effect here, so I could use it at the start of the fight against this Drangir. But after that, there's no way to build up the perk again. Which makes it kind of useless against one-on-one boss encounters. Still though, in groups, which is of course way more common, this perk is amazing. And what I now did is transmog the look of this sword over the Excalibur, and then I used both weapons, which already look awesome. And then you also have these explosion trigger on the same finisher. So save up the perk and then line the enemies up, and bam, it's pretty wild. So can't wait for this weapon to come at Reda. It will be amazing, just like some other previously released weapons that still need to appear once. I will of course be keeping an eye out and report back once they are for sale. As for the naval content, I think the figurehead is amazing, like the hologram. The tail is the same as that Isu stuff we got in Odyssey, and the shields are pretty nice too. Overall, it's a decent naval pack. We see that figurehead, but as a statue for in our settlement. You also got this Isu column we actually see in Isu environments in this game and the previous games. Well, it can now be in your settlement. Same for the pillar, by the way, which you can climb. Always a plus. And we got the runestone too, which at first I was like, okay, it's fine, but you can climb it, and you got a pretty decent look over your settlement like this, so that already makes it cooler, and I also like it more during night. But I cannot say the same for the tree. Like, this might be the worst tree we've ever gotten. Either way, subscribe of course for way more Valhalla content. I will have a video up later this week with hopefully info on the next update and some other interesting Valhalla news. So totally stay tuned for that. A like on this video would of course really help me out. And totally check out my previous video on a further expansion that might be announced soon. You can watch it by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our photo mode showcase. Of course, share your shots via the Valhalla Raptor hashtag on Twitter, or by going to my dedicated pictures channel in the Discord. And you can join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment. Be sure you accept the rules, and then you are able to post. Okay, Joyce, it's been a week since you selected 3 pictures from the community, so I'm curious which one did you pick this time?
Yes, welcome back. What's up, everyone? First up is Warlord over on Twitter, who took this shot of Eivor in the Altair outfit at the perfect moment for an assassination strike. Also love it that they're like 3 soldiers walking around. They still have no idea what's about to happen. Next up is Ezio. So hey, we're waiting.
And I'm wondering what the guy with like the flag is doing. What is he looking at? He's standing like higher up, but is he like looking at the wall or something? I don't know.
Next up is Rocco420, who sent us this picture over on Twitter and over on Discord, taking a shot of Eivor taking off an enemy's head with the sickle. It almost looks like she's aiming it somewhere, you know, like she's going for, like with a golf club. I love the action pose here as well, and his fellow soldiers behind her looking in awe.
Yeah, they're kind of scared, I think, at this point.
And finally, we've got Captain Cap'n over on Discord, who, well, I think managed to create the perfect flying Allspinner picture so far.
Sorry, we could have done this for April 1st, and it would have been like, yeah, flying mounts are now in the game, and everyone would have believed it.
Yeah, I mean, it's even from a very high standing point, looking at the amazing view, and Eivor holding on for dear life. Also, almost looking like a Valkyrie here. Awesome shot.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Of course, send in your shots. By the way, he has the Thunderer X there as well. Small touch.
Ooh.
Of course, subscribe for more Valhalla content. A like on the video would really help us out. And check out our previous video by clicking on the screen. For now, we will speak to you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.